Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel GDC Classes English. Today in this lecture we are going to study your topic nervous system, that is the topic of Telangana Pharmacist syllabus under Human Anatomy and Physiology subject. So let's start this session with our first question. System of the body which coordinates and controls its activity is known as. Okay, nice question. The system of the body which coordinate and controls, which of the following parts coordinates? Your brain and your spinal cord is responsible to coordinate the different body parts for different functions. So who is responsible? Your nervous system. Skeletal system is your responsible to control the movement, as well as the muscular system also is responsible to control the movement of the body. An organ system, we have different organ systems, approx 11 organ systems. Different organ systems like cardiovascular system, respiratory system, they perform different functions. But for the control and coordination, nervous system is responsible. Clear? What will be the correct answer? The correct answer is nervous system. Okay? Now, see, look on to this once, because this is the important chart or table. Okay, first of all, the nervous system is classified into two types, that is central nervous system named as CNS and peripheral nervous system named as PNS. Clear? These are the two types of main nervous system. Central nervous system comprises of your brain and spinal cord. Brain and spinal cord. And a peripheral nervous system comprises of your efferent system and efferent system. What is this efferent system? From E you can understand the exit. From E you can understand the exit. That means the brain which exits or responds to the motor nerves. This is the sensory nerves. Means when you sense something, your sensory nerves get activated to carry the information. And the efferent is the motor nerve. After receiving the information by sensory nerve, brain sends the signal again back to the body parts. That is known as the motor nerve. Clear? This motor nerve is now divided into two types. That is autonomic nervous system named as ANS. Another is somatic nervous system named as SNS. Clear? This autonomic nervous system is sub-classified into your parasympathetic and sympathetic. One is rest and digest condition, another is fear and flight condition. Clear? Okay. Now, let's move on to the next question. The cranial nerve that regulates the smell, which of the following is responsible for your smell, for detecting the smell, or we can say which of the following nerve is connected to your nose and to your brain? Which of the following nerve is connected? So the correct answer is your olfactory nerve. Which of the following is the correct answer? Olfactory nerve is the nerve that connects between the nose and your brain to detect the smell. Let's see rest all nerve systems. We have 12 pair of cranial nerves. How many? 12. One is olfactory, another is optic, oculomotor, trochlear, trigeminal, abducens, facial, vestibulocochlear, glossopharyngeal, vagus, accessory and hypoglossal. And how to remember these? We have a trick, that is only one of the two athletes felt very good, victorious and healthy. Once you are participating in a competition, then only one of the athletes at the finale, if there are two persons, then only one of the two athletes felt very good and healthy, because he won the game. That's why he felt very good, and after winning, our body gains a certain healthiness. We feel healthy, we don't feel depressed. That's why one of the two athletes felt very good, victorious and healthy. Clear? This is the trick to remember your 12 cranial nerves. Okay? Okay. Next. Which of the following is the site of information processing and control? Which of the following nervous system is responsible to control and process the information? The central nervous system is responsible for the control and coordination. Clear? It is responsible for the control and coordination. Next we have the peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system is responsible for, first of all we have ANS, that is responsible for body functions and gland, and your peripheral nervous system is responsible for your control of heartbeat, your breath, or you can understand your muscles, eye. So what will be the correct answer? Central nervous system or central neural system is the system which is responsible for the control of information. Clear? Okay. Next question. Which part of the body is the control center for the nervous system? Which part of the body is the control center for nervous system? You know, the brain is the control center for the nervous system, because from each and every part of the body the information is carried to your brain first of all, then afterwards that the brain sends the signal back. So who is the center of the nervous system? That is the brain, that is the main part. Clear? Okay. Now next question. Which is the biggest part of the brain? Which of the following is the biggest part? So we have many types, like this is the upper half is known as the cerebrum, which is responsible for your memory, learning, etc. Then we have the small brain known as cerebellum, responsible for the body balance. We have the brain stem. Clear? So the biggest part of the brain is the cerebrum, which contains all the brains. Clear? So it is the biggest part of your brain, which is the answer, that is cerebrum. Clear? Now next question. Which part of brain controls emotion experiences? Which of the following of these controls the emotions of a human being? That is, the pyometer contains the cerebrospinal fluid. Pyometer contains the cerebrospinal fluid, which is responsible for your safety of your spinal cord. Next we have the cerebellum, that is responsible for the balancing of your body. Cerebrum is responsible to balance your body. Next is the limbic system. This system is responsible for the control of emotions in your body, because as you know it is present on the both side of the thalamus. It is present on the both side of the thalamus and is responsible to control the behavior, emotions and memory. Next we have medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata is responsible, also known as mesencephalon, and responsible to control breath, heartbeat, blood pressure, facial expressions. Clear? Clear everyone? Okay, this is for the safety of a spinal cord. This is for the body balance. This is to control the emotions. This is to control the memory, facial expressions, heartbeat and your blood pressure. Then what will be the correct answer? Limbic system. Clear? Okay, see, this is the limbic system. Clear? Next, this is the outermost cranial appendage. Okay, as you know, the cranial bones has the outer covering. For that you can remember it as DAP. What is DAP? This is dura mater, this is arachnoid mater, and this is pia mater. What are these three? These three are the membranes which surrounds your skull or your brain. These are the three layers of your brain or skull which is responsible to protect your brain. Clear? To give protection, support to your brain. And the outermost layer is dura mater, DAP, DAP. First is outermost is dura mater, then we have the arachnoid matter, and then we have the pia matter. Clear? Okay. Next question. Which part of brain keeps breathing? Which part of brain keeps breathing? As you know, cerebellum is responsible for body balance. Clear? Pituitary glands has the control over many parts, like it controls the growth hormones, thyroid stimulating hormones, follicle stimulating hormones, luteinizing hormones. It is responsible to produce. Next we have the brain stem, which is responsible to keep the brain breathe, and breathometer, it is a type of instrument which measures the amount of your or the volume of your breath. So what will be the correct answer? The correct answer is your brain stem. Clear? Because we have no nose over your brain, so that your brain can get the oxygen. Once you inhale the oxygen, some amount of your air or oxygen is also transported to your brain via your brain stem. Clear? Okay. Next question. The midbrain is also called as the midbrain. We have three types of brain. One is hindbrain, forebrain and midbrain. Clear? Midbrain, hindbrain and forebrain. We have the three types of brain, and your midbrain is known as your, from M you can understand mesencephalon. From M you can understand mesencephalon. Clear? To remember, from M you can understand mesencephalon. Forebrain is known as prosencephalon and hindbrain is known as rhombosencephalon. Clear? What is mesencephalon? The midbrain. It is a part of your brain stem associated with vision, hearing, motor control, temperature regulation and arousal. ठीक है? Clear? Okay. Next question. What connects two hemisphere of the brain? We have two hemisphere, and the brain's two hemisphere is connected via your corpus callosum. Who connects the brain? That is corpus callosum. Pia mater is the innermost layer of your brain. Next we have the pons, that is associated with the medulla oblongata, and diencephalon is responsible to generate your forebrain, and your corpus callosum is a bundle of nerves which is separated, and which the nerve fibers which connects the brain left part and the right hemisphere. Clear? So what will be the correct answer? That is corpus callosum. Okay. Now the next question. Which of the following is not a part of peripheral nervous system? Spinal cord is a part of your central nervous system. Periphery means peripheral nervous system contains the different nerves which is distributed all over your body, whether it is cranial nerve, whether it is ganglion and whether it is the spinal nerve, and the spinal cord is a type of central nervous system. Clear? The correct answer is central nervous system. Now the next question. The autonomic nervous system is the part of your peripheral nervous system. First of all, we have CNS and we have the PNS. PNS is divided into two types, that is your somatic and ANS. So it is a type of peripheral nervous system. Clear? Okay. Next question. What is the other name of parasympathetic divisions? Other name of parasympathetic divisions. So that will be craniosacral outflow. Parasympathetic means it will be connected by cranium also, and it will be connected by your spinal cord also. So what will be the correct answer? That is craniosacral outflow. Clear? That cannot be craniolumbar, thoracic sacral, no. Thoracic lumbar, no. Our cranium means your head, your brain and your spinal cord. Clear? Now the next question. Autonomic nervous system affects which of the following affects the or which of the following is affected by your autonomic nervous system? Reflex action is the action of your spinal cord. First of all, autonomic means which is not in our control, that is automatic. Clear? So visceral organs means like your heart, hollow organs like your heart, stomach, is that in your control? No. The autonomic nervous system affects your visceral organ. Clear? Okay. Next question. How many cranial nerves are present? As we had known in the earlier questions, there are 12 pairs of cranial nerves. How many pairs? That is 12 pairs of cranial nerves, and we have gone through all of these. Clear? Next question. Sympathetic stimulation of the iris causes. Iris, sympathetic means fear and fight situation. So whenever you causes fear, what happens? You are just like this, your eyes get bigger, your iris get dilated at a term of shock. So what will happen? Your pupil will dilate to see more and more area. Clear? At the time of fear and fight. Clear? This is the stimulation of autonomic nervous system, that is sympathetic branch. That is sympathetic branch known for fight and flight. Fear, fight and flight. So what will happen? Under stress, your pupil will dilate. Your pupil will dilate. Clear? And at the rest condition, your pupil will constrict. Means when you are taking rest, you are like this. And whenever suddenly, if in my near I hear the sound of a bomb, my eyes will get like this. Clear? So my pupil will dilate. Okay? Okay. Now the next question, that is, which of the following region is the input region of a neuron? Neuron have many parts, that is the dendrite, this is the nucleus and these are the dendrites. These are the outer parts of your neurons. This is the stem, okay? This is the cell body and we have the axons. Clear? So this is the diagram of your neuron. Now this is your dendrites. It is responsible to stimulate the electrical signals. That is, it is the responsible of input. It inputs the electrical signals, or we can say it transfers the sensory nerves. It inputs the electrical signals. This is the place of generation of your electrical signals, which is responsible for the functioning of your neurons. Clear? What will be the correct answer? That is dendrites. Okay? Now, the next question. Which of the following cranial nerve of men is both sensory and motor? We have 12 pairs of cranial nerves, and also some of them are sensory and some of them are motor. Clear? So what is the correct answer? Which of the following nerve is sensory and motor? The correct answer is your trigeminal nerve. Which nerve? Trigeminal nerve. Here we have the table which needs to be very much important from the exam point of your view. So, olfactory nerve responsible for smell. Optic nerve responsible for visual. Oculomotor nerve responsible for eye movement. Tracheal nerve responsible for vertical eye movement. Trigeminal nerve responsible for facial sensation. Abducens responsible for lateral movement of eyeball. Facial nerve, taste facial expression. Vestibulocochlear nerve, hearing plus balance. Glossopharyngeal, taste plus gad reflex. Vagus nerve, parasympathetic innervations. Accessory nerves, head and shoulder movement. Hypoglossal nerve, tongue movement. Now, we know that these are the 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Now, some nerves are sensory, some are motor, and some have both the properties, that is sensory and motor. Now, how to remember? Here we have the trick. Some say marry money, but my brother says big brain matter more. Some says marry a rich person, marry money, but My big brother says big brain matters more. Here S stands for your sensory nerve. S stands for sensory nerve. M stands for motor and B stands for both. Clear? Clear everyone? So now the question was for trigeminal. Trigeminal nerve has the B, means this is the both the sensory as well as the motor cranial nerves. Clear? Okay. Do remember this chart. You can take the screenshot for your practice. Now the next question. Which of the following does not act as a neurotransmitter? Which of the following does not act as a neurotransmitter? So what is the cortisone? It is a type of corticosteroids, that is a hormone which is responsible for the infection process, inflammation of your joints, cartilage, and a norepinephrine, acetylcholine and GABA. These all are the neurotransmitters responsible for various functions. Clear? What will be the correct answer? Cortisone. Okay. See, your GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter. Your acetylcholine, noradrenaline are both inhibitory and excitatory neurotransmitters. Okay. Next question. In dash stage, all voltage gated sodium and potassium channels are closed. In which of the following stage your channels will be closed? In resting stage, depolarizing stage or repolarizing stage? When they are in a resting stage, they are at a closed condition, and when they are in an active stage, in the active stage, they will be at a condition of depolarizing. Clear? Okay? Okay. So when the voltage gated channels are closed means that is in a resting stage. It does not get open to allow the process of entering sodium and potassium. Clear? It is in a closed stage, means there will be no entry of your sodium and potassium. What will be the correct answer? That is the resting stage. So these were the 20 MCQs of your central nervous system. The questions may ask directly or indirectly. So do prepare the questions. All the very best and keep trying hard till the end. Thank you everyone.